everyone, welcome to the channel. I have moved the fan to the other side of the room. I do hope that this is an improvement, because if it isn't, the only other option that I have is to turn the fan down, and it is over 100 degrees and it's warm, and I'm hoping that you will be able to withstand the noise. My apologies to those who are sensitive. However, I'm not going to sit here in a sauna and read the cards. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate your presence. Please let me know if perhaps turning the fan down one notch might make it better for you. One more time for good measure. All right. It is a challenge. I don't have fancy equipment. You know, some people have those clip-on microphones. Maybe I should get one of those. That might be better than this one that's sitting over there. They're costly. At least that one was. Anyhow, let us check right in and see what storyline Spirit would like to share with you this afternoon. Spirit, what storyline would you like to share with the collective? Please and thank you. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Please and thank you. It's odd to me how when you gift of yourself, it's often met with complaint. You know, that whatever your effort isn't good enough, and it should be better. And yet it's free. And, you know, coming from a good place, I just don't get it why oftentimes gifts of the heart are met with complaint. It baffles me. Anyhow, we all do the best we can do. Let us tap right in and see what Spirit has going on. Hey baby, what's happening? You coming up here? Nope. Central energy, please, Spirit. Central energy. Alright then, so we got Two of Pentacles reversed. Somebody overcommitted themselves. They took a gamble, a reckless gamble, and they're feeling overwhelmed. In the challenge position, We've got the Ace of Pentacles here. A new cycle is beginning. They're challenged because a new cycle is beginning. They're challenged because they're weighing their options. They're frustrated. They behaved recklessly. And they're challenged because the High Priestess is risen. Standing here, high morals, high values, secret ancient wisdom, and connections. I do hope you can hear me better. In the subconscious, yeah. So they're frustrated. They took a reckless gamble, and they're in their subconscious. They're thinking about the abuse of the relationships, the conflict. The Divine Feminine is here with the Divine Feminine has this opportunity, and there's somebody here who was a bully in the recent past. Queen of Swords. She knows exactly what the story is, and she's not emotionally involved in it. Setting clear boundaries. Intentions and expectations. Oh. The Empress reversed. Again, overwhelm. Codependent. Anxiety-ridden. They overcommitted in this fight. In the near future, you know, they call it competition, but it was never that. It was straight up abuse to somebody who wasn't even aware of why they were being abused. That's not competition. We've got the Hermit here. There's a light, shining a light on things. Somebody's introspecting. Somebody's in meditation. We've got the lens that's being looked through. Knight of Cups reversed. Yeah, they're disappointed and jealous. They couldn't knock out the Divine Feminine. In the environment, we have Page of Cups reversed. Again, disappointment. Look at that. Disappointment. Page of Cups reversed. Insecurity, immaturity, disappointment. Wild. Hopes and fears. Four of Wands in the upright. Reunion, celebration, joy, domestic happiness. And the outcome? King of Wands, overcoming challenges. And a Nine of Pentacles, coming into the reward for the fruits of their labor. Making plans. Making plans to get hard at work. There's no lag time. There's no downtime. It's like, yep, we're going to get right to it. Going to get right to it. And celebration, because you're coming into your inheritance, the rewards for your efforts, for your strength, for your courage. You weathered the storm. You weathered the storm. And since you've got the Queen of Swords there, let me just tell you that because you weathered the storm, these ones who are disappointed are facing a Five of Pentacles. They lost it. They couldn't take it from you. And the King of Swords is here with the King of Cups and the Magician to restore. Wow. Wow. Okay, so these guys are... They're in the truth. They're all about the truth. These leaders are all gathering and manifesting balance and harmony regarding partnership. No more effing around. This is so wild, you know, because it's wild, you know, because when I was a youngster, I used to listen to love songs, and I used to have no doubt that there was this wonderful love waiting for me, and it just never manifested. And it turned out, you know, now I'm old, and it's like a pipe dream of sorts, but the cards keep saying it's going to happen, and, you know, I'm going to patiently wait and observe. It manifests itself, whether it does or doesn't. I'll be interested to see what kind of shifts we see in the world. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Justice. Justice is here for these ones. They overcommitted. They were reckless. They took a gamble. They played. They took a gamble. This player. They went gambling. And they lost. They lost because the High Priestess is here weighing her options regarding this Ace of Pentacles, regarding her abundance. Regarding her future. Remember, she's being remembered, and she's not a chicken. She's strong. She's brave. She's courageous. These ones made her out to be some weakling, some birthing person. And she's the one with the Ace of Pentacles. She's the one with the abundance. She's the one with the sacred knowledge and sacred connections with the Most High, with that ancient wisdom in the sky, or whatever you want to call it. She's the High Priestess. She's brave. She's no chicken in this fight up against this player. They're frustrated. They were abusing her in a big way. I like to think of this as the Divine Mother. This player wants to dress up in her energy and pretend to be her. It's kind of funny, but it's really sad. And explore. A visitor from another place, another space, another time. Queen of Swords here, Arcana. Congratulations. Congratulations, Arcana, Queen of Swords. This person is overwhelmed and stressed out by you. You're not afraid. You're a High Priestess in the upright. You're a leader. You're shining a light on stuff. You've got wisdom. You can see into circumstances and situations. Change. Your self-care affected a change. There will be a change in the way self-care is done. I believe it's your self-care is what affected a change here. Your ability to heal yourself when others were kicking you in the teeth. So they're untrustworthy and unpredictable. They're very disappointed. They want what you have. They want to be seen as you. They want to be seen as loving and privileged. This is you. They want your love. They want your privilege. You're a leader. An Arcana. Man, these ones took you out once before and you made it back. You walked through the valley of the shadow of death and you rose. This is wild. And you love wins. These ones don't know what to do. They've got overactive imaginations. They're jealous. And again, like double disappointment. They're emotionally immature and insecure. So we've got irresponsibility, untrustworthy, unreliable, and unpredictable. Disappointment times 2. So they're thinking about self-preservation. Hardship. 4 of Wands. Hopes and fears. They're afraid of this reunion, of these reunions happening. So the way they were playing, it was seen. It was observed. It's like they were trying to hide the horseplay They were trying to cover it up and make it seem like it wasn't happening, but it was seen. It was observed. It is observed. King of Wands is here, overcoming challenges and entering into the reward. We've got invisible, something's unseen, wholesome, peace, sovereign, survive, shine, justice. You know, so this King of Wands we got invisible, like he may not be present. We'll continue to clarify what that means. I feel like I'm shouting over this fan. My apologies, guys. It is hot outside, and I'm going to read the cards whether I record it or not, so may as well share it. So this player overcommitted. They were reckless. Ooh, they were cocky. Look at him. He thinks he's all fancy. Oh, he's a high roller, right? Oh, yeah. Taking risks. Always winning. They want your forgiveness. They want this High Priestess forgiveness. They want the forgiveness of the Divine Mother. She's making difficult decisions. Regarding prosperity. This is her prosperity. This is the Divine Mother's prosperity. That this player was trying to steal. They're in regret. They're in regret because she's not a chicken. She was courageous. She didn't back down. She didn't cower she didn't curl up in a ball and she didn't quit. Chaser, an explorer, chasing after the Divine Mother and her Ace of Pentacles, her position of status, her leadership role, the Divine Mother's leadership role. This player tried to steal it from her once more, and all of the inheritance, that Ace of Pentacles and everything that went with it, but she refused to give up the fight this time. She refused to play chicken. She's like, nope. And this person tried to come up against the mother. They put her in the darkness. Look at her, she's wearing a bat. Okay, because this is the mother. And this person came after her. Okay, because, yeah. They tried to bury her in darkness and she came back with friends. And they're being held back. Leadership is holding this person back. Or they're being held back from leadership. Your self-care, Arcana, is what changed all of this. And now you're able to search and see and bring to light pride, ego. You can see the sneakiness, the hurt, the pain, the crying. The crying. And they're disappointed. Because they neglected you. They neglected to give you what you needed. They didn't figure that you could survive. You know, you didn't previous cycles. They're disappointed. They don't know what to do because love has a new chapter. Love and your status of privilege in love has a new chapter. That tells me that the days of these monuments, you know, these obelisks or whatever, these phallus worshippers or whatever, they got their little things all over the dang globe. Whoa, big, tall thingamajig. This is a new chapter. The Divine Mother herself is here, not somebody pretending to be her, dressed up in her energy, but the actual Divine Mother. And it's a new chapter. These ones were irresponsible, and she was able to self-preserve. And now they're thinking about it. They're like, oh boy. They want to run. They want to run because she was able to self-preserve. She was observed. This was all seen. Like, you know, they may have thought that she was alone. Like they may have secluded her or thought that they had secluded her, but she was always connected. High Priestess. Whether she had conscious awareness of it or not, everything that she was remained connected. Isn't that sweet? And it was observed as how people who were trying to hide their horseplay that they were putting upon her, it was all seen. It was all seen by the family who is reuniting. They watched it. They didn't think they were being seen. Oh, and it's too late to take any action. They thought they were hiding it. They thought they had it in the middle, like they weren't actually occupying the dark side of horseplay, and they weren't having it out in the light either. It was like right there, kind of like in the middle, and they were like, nobody can see me, nobody can see me. And it's like, oh yeah, somebody can see you. Unsatisfied. So this is somebody who's not satisfied. They miss their opportunity. King of Wands, overcoming challenges, entering into his reward, his inheritance. We've got invisible here and secrets. So we've got invisible and secrets. And we've got inseparable. Our love is always there despite the distance. Gossip, reminiscing, the inside jokes, the habits, the parties, the gossip. They want to talk. It was an unexpected outcome. They made mistakes with an irreplaceable being. They're guilty, using passion or sex or whatever. and they understand how you feel, and they still have hope of getting together with you and having a family. They're daydreaming, they're unworthy of a soul tie. And they're feeling broken and shattered because their values are all about money, and they miss their opportunity. They're being separated from you. Because the truth is out. The truth is revealed. They don't know what to do. This player, this gambler, this high roller, they want forgiveness. They want the mother's forgiveness. They've been pretending to be her. They've been harvesting her energy, dressing up in it, and pretending to be the Empress. They could have been in her leadership position while she was here in the darkness. And now they're being held back. Yeah. The mother is no chicken. She's not afraid. High priestess, high morals, high value. Divinely connected. Divine. She is here with her Ace of Pentacles, making decisions, weighing her options. What is she going to do with it? These ones are in regret. They're remembering what they did to her. And she is being remembered. They're remembering the adversity they brought to her. And they're like, oh, hell. Now, they're screwed. They can't go up and say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. No, I mean, because they totally did mean it. Cycle after cycle after cycle. They never thought they'd be stopped. They had no empathy for anybody. They did not care that she was suffering. They had no respect or love for the mother. No respect, no honor, no care, no compassion. And I say the mother as a high priestess, as sacred, divine, feminine mother. Connected to source. Again, they want forgiveness. This player wants forgiveness up here, and down here, this explorer chaser is wanting forgiveness too. So it's an explorer chaser, a player. They came in to destroy the mother. They came in to destroy the divine feminine, the sacred wisdom keepers of the feminine, the portal, the gate of the divine feminine. They came in to dominate the gate of the divine feminine and all of the gifts that go with that. They wanted control over life and its ability to be birthed in the world. They didn't want the mother to have that right as the portal, as the one carrying, as the one who is the portal. They wanted to strip her of her right and privilege because they were envious of her sacred and divine connections to the Most High, the High Priestess. She's divine. Arcana. We got these frauds in here. These frauds. So you are honest. You're Arcana. You're this high priestess. You are the divine feminine, the sacred mother. You are honest. You are true. Devoted to integrity. Devoted to truth. These ones, they're codependent. They're liars. They're not who they said they were. They were pretending. They're losing their freedom. Leadership is holding them back. Self-care changed the game. Self-care changed the game. You know, and in the previous cycle, they tried to convince everybody that self-care was selfish, and that isn't true. Self-care is absolutely necessary, because you can't have people draining your love cup all the time and be walking around depleted and bereft of any vitality. That's just ludicrous. Let these people drain you and drain you and drain you and drain you. And look at her. She's like, oh yeah, you stupid. Stupid. You just let it happen. You just let her do it. She's under judgment. Ego is under judgment. The light of the hermit is being shined upon them. Soul searching. They neglected to give you what you needed. They neglected to give the Divine Mother what they needed. They're untrustworthy, unpredictable, unreliable. They're disappointed because love has gained its privilege back. Love is privilege, and it has a new chapter. And this is over. Look, we've got new chapter in death here. It's over. Their days of neglecting you are over. Divine Mother, Sacred Feminine. As a macro, I see, you know, divine sisterhood, whatever you want to call it. They don't know what to do about your discipline. You're connected to your intuition. You may not have had any wisdom. They could have stripped you from your memory or any wisdom. They could have tucked you away and not taught you anything cycle after cycle and just given you nothing but pain and misery, right? No love. And you connected to your intuition, and you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to. You're like, you don't need what they have. You don't operate on the same system. You don't operate on the same system. You are this they're remembering what they did, and they're in regret. A sacred wisdom keeper. They brutalized a sacred wisdom keeper, Divine Mother. And these women who were doing that, I mean, they're like, it's like, wow. They're out of balance. They're unsatisfied. They were trying to hide their horseplay, but it was seen. They don't know what to do. They could be, this says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind, but their mind might not be very healthy right now. They don't know what to do. They don't have any solutions. King of Wands, overcoming challenges. He's career focused. He is a 9 of Pentacles. He's here coming into the rewards for the fruits of his labor. Financial stability. 9 of Pentacles. He's got gifts of the soul that benefit him and others. Somebody who is not present. Somebody who's invisible has secrets. Or it could be that this King of Wands, while in the outgoing energy, he's not in a visible form. He may be behind the scenes. He hasn't told you everything yet. He's operating from behind the scenes. He hasn't told you everything yet. There's secrets. Patience. Everything happens in divine order. And those who brought you adversity are in denial regarding your perseverance and the service that you're going to be offering. They overcommitted. This player. They didn't care at all what they were doing to this high priestess, to this sacred feminine, this divine mother, this divine and sacred wisdom keeper, with connection to like source connection. This is a goddess. They gambled with a goddess. They tried to put a goddess in the shadow. Look at her. And they tried to put a goddess in hell or whatever. And look at her. When she came back, she survived. And she came back and she's like, oh, okay, so tell me, what is it exactly you were trying to do? She's got her hand on her hip there. She's like, explain this to me, please. She wants the truth. And the whole truth. They're asking the main female for forgiveness. She wasn't a chicken. They figured... See, that's why innocence is so desirable, because the crone or the high priestess, the one who has this within her, this special stuff going on, she's not just going to go cower in a corner somewhere. It's not going to happen. That kind of crap doesn't happen. This player thought, oh yeah, that's going to happen. Oh no, that's not going to happen. Mama bear, you know, I mean, If you look at every species in the world, the mother of every species in the world, and look at her, you can see, regardless of what form she takes, she's not this. She's anything but that. It's wild that they would think that somehow over generations that they could make the human feminine into something completely against nature. It's wild. A thief. In regret, remembering what they did. An explorer. It could be a time traveler, a traveler of sorts. An explorer of different knowledge and wisdom and technique. We got a mature woman here. This Empress reversed. Wants the forgiveness of the lovers, of this main female and the lover. This Arcana. Chasing after your identity. Chasing after your identity. Chasing after your great fortune. You didn't hide. You did not hide. You did not hide. You did not run. You sat here with your light out and you were looking at stuff and you were like, hello, what's going on out there? Hello. You got your light all shiny, drawing in the moths or whatever. This Empress reversed. This fake person is being held back. They're losing their freedom. Leadership is like all over this person. They're under judgment. They're a prideful ego person. Whatever they did in a family room, it backfired. They don't get any more visits to the family room. They've lost their house. This Arcana, High Priestess, ability to self-care through extreme challenge and attack meant to destroy her. Her ability to self-care and self-mend through this process changed everything. This ego person is under judgment. The truth is out here. The Queen of Swords is here with the truth. Arcana here in her Queen of Swords energy. Because see, Arcana here in the Queen of Swords energy, she's all lit up like this. You would know, look, oh no, you would not know, would you, that she's all that on the inside? Now, would you? But she is. And so she's shining a light. Because while she was in there experiencing all this trauma and drama and attack and, you know, these things that these people were doing, it was all seen. She witnessed it. Firsthand testimony as to what was happening to her personally. Nobody can deny it. It's in the Akashic record. All the Most High God has to do is go look at the record and see the experiences for what they are. Nobody can lie about it. They're under judgment and facing imprisonment. This Arcana's ability to self-care, to self-love, changed everything. It's crucial. that you learn how to self-care, that you learn how to fill your cup when others in the world are seriously intent on draining it and leaving you with nothing. You've got to choose you. If you want to survive, you have to be your best friend. That doesn't mean turn into this and go hurt people so you can just be a benefit. No, man. That means making the effort to stop the negative talk, the flow of negative talk. That's step one. Courtship in the reverse. This player was not able to gain a courtship with the main female high priestess. They were not able to contract with her. And this mature woman playing as Empress reversed was not able to gain a leadership position because the true leader survived and came back with all the evidence that they gathered personally and recorded every single detail. Not just with the experience, but with the visual, right? And with the energetic and with all of that. It was like the whole thing. If you look at it, it's like an airplane map, you know? All this stuff coming, going, circling around. I do hope that fan is better, guys. I sincerely don't mean to annoy you, but it's hot. I'm sweating as it is. Oopsie. Oh no. Oh, there it is. So they neglected to give you what you needed. This is the Arcana Mother. This is the Mother. You know, everybody talks about Divine Father, Divine Father. It's always been Divine Father. The Holy Mother, the Divine Mother has completely fallen off. I mean, they tried so badly to squash her and to steal her essence and to dress up in it and pretend that they were this and that. Jealousy. Envy of the mother portal, the mother womb, and the power of that. Okay. They neglected to give you what you needed. They are in a state of disappointment. Knight of Cups reversed. They're jealous. They can't be trusted right now. There's death here. They want to bring death. They're facing death. They're under judgment with imprisonment. And you've got privilege and love and new chapter and marriage. And you know, you may notice that something in you, it could be like everything like here is like, no. And I do believe that you could be picking up on the energies that were trying to stop you from having this position in the first place. And you're picking up on their energy. They're like, they could be like really intensely focusing on you. Because they're in poverty. They're in poverty without you. You are the great fortune. Whatever you look like, you are the great fortune. You are the truth. They didn't like that about you. You are the truth. Crap. You're a leader who knows the truth. And you have all this sacred wisdom. And you're not afraid. You're not weak. This mature man is in despair. They don't know what to do. You self-preserved. You're very disciplined. They want to run away. They're in despair because you've got your freedom and you're having a reunion. You are being reunited not only with your with who your actual identity, but your leadership role, your wealth status, your title, maybe your real name, your real family. Here's it. Coming undone. Coming undone. So that could be something significant. It's coming undone. Oh. Message of concern in reverse. Out of balance. Their imagination. Oh. Toil and labor. Toil and labor. Unexpected income. Change on the distant horizons. So you've been working, and this unexpected income could be causing a change on the distant horizons. Yeah, sudden wealth is on this new pathway. And it's in the court right now. This false person is in the court right now. It's in the court right now. And they're in bad health. This house belongs to high honor. So they're in bad health over this house. They're like messed up in the head. They could be really mentally upset about it because it's in the courthouse. It belongs to those who are high honor. And they are facing poverty. And this official person can't get out of their thoughts about it. Incredible. This player wants your forgiveness. They didn't care how you were. They didn't care what was happening to you. They didn't care how you were feeling. The more it was hard for you, the better. But you earned merit. You earned a great deal of merit. Oh, how much merit you earned. You proved yourself to be good, a good human, a moral and good human. You're not some floozy, or you're not out there sleeping around, regardless of your gender. You're not one of those that are out there playing this game. You're not playing the game. You are high honor, high value. You're no chicken. You're not out there messing with people, trying to take stuff from people. You're increasing your own value by learning as much as you can, about as much as you can, by expansion, right? By becoming. Fate. They could not steal your fate. The thief is in regret. They could not steal your fate. They couldn't steal the fate of this Arcana, this High Priestess. This mature woman was chasing after her lover, her kingdom spouse. This explorer, time traveler. Again, they want forgiveness for being a thief, for being a bully. They want forgiveness, and you're not even tempted. You're not tempted. You're like, you know what? No, we're not going to take that. We're not going to enter that, because these ones use forgiveness as a tool of permission to continue doing what they're doing. And you're like, no, you're not tempted by that. It's a thin line. Permissions are permissions, right? No, and you're like, no. You release it. Sweep it out of your life, sweep it out of your house, sweep it out of your mind, sweep it out of your experience, sweep it out of your whatever. Sweep it out of your imagination. And that's one of the things that I really love about time, you know, is that over time, these really unsavory or very difficult moments or cycles, they fade. I really do believe that short-term memory, or what seems sometimes to take time, but it does fade after time. The pain fades. Everything fades. There's a healing. So these ones, they're losing their freedom. They have anxiety. They're not able to relax. Whatever they did in a family room could have backfired. They're being held back by leadership. They're under judgment. They're facing imprisonment. They were not able to gain a courtship. They're prideful. Self-care. Self-care makes the change. Self-care makes the change. Yeah, you got ego here and pride. Ego and pride is under judgment. We got live and learn. And self-care is the gift, right? That we give ourselves when everybody else wants to kick us in the teeth. Self-care is what the gift that we give ourselves as our own best friend. It's like, oh, wait a minute, man. Somebody loves me. I know God loves me. And I'm just going to go ahead and love me too. And I'm going to show God that, yes, I love me too. And it doesn't matter what anybody else says. The fewer the people involved, the better anyway. In your self-care journey. Yeah, you're not frightened. You were never frightened. You won't be. You're not frightened of this new chapter. You aren't frightened of love. You aren't frightened of this new chapter. That's nice. These ones are in despair, though, and they don't know what to do. This mature man, this mature woman. They're in despair over the rituals they did. And with the discipline card here, this could mean that they did it regularly. And they're currently overloaded, like regularly, like it could be that all of that regularness of whatever it was they were doing is coming back to them now. And they're in despair because you got coffin here and imagination in the reverse. So their mind is having dark thoughts. They're having stress. Those remind me, you know what those things remind me of? They remind me of those little viruses or little parasites. They could have little mind parasites. It could be. Maybe they're having, or maybe they feel like they're having mind parasites. They could be confused. They're in danger. Because you survived and the reunions are happening. You survived and the reunions are happening. So it's not just with those who are here, but it's with those who are returning. The invisible. Haven't told you everything yet. So don't be surprised when you hear about something. Gifts of the soul that benefit themselves and others, toil and labor. They're here working from an invisible space. And this just came out. These ones are bound to their commitments. With these rituals that they did, they were trying to bind you, but they bound themselves. You persevered. You've got unseen alliances. Restoration. Scheduled time. These ones went to apologize because they're going to be homeless. You know, this kind of, so it is said that in the space, what is it, the ionosphere, I don't know too much about anything, but I think, don't quote me because I don't know anything for certain. I've just been gleaning information over the last 2 decades. And I don't have a photographic memory, so I'm just kind of winging it. But apparently there is like ships and stuff up there in the space, in the ionosphere, the space between Earth and the heavens. And they've been there for whatever. And I don't know if I buy into that because no. Because the landing pads, the gates, the bridges, and all of that to come and actually be, some of them were destroyed and they were very heavily commanded and they weren't able to come, right? Well, something happened. Divine Mother didn't die. She didn't perish. She lived. She's this great fortune, and she brought forth all of the truth about what has been happening here, as that they couldn't take her out. They've been trying to take her out with all this magic and stuff, and with all these, you know, whatever they've been doing to her in the 3D, sticking knives in her and stuff, whatever, you know. draining her of her energy, her vitality, trying to dim her light so that nobody would recognize her. She came out of it with the truth. She came out of it shining with the truth, and she's like, hey, hi everyone. Now they want to apologize because they're getting kicked out, and they may have to go live in that space, that place. Like, they may no longer get to go for walks on the trails in the forest. They may have to go up there and not be allowed to park their spaceship in one of the docking stations or whatever. Because when she didn't perish, and there's another here as well, when they didn't perish, they were able to mend the bridge or mend communications somehow. And boom, there you have it. King of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, invisible, secrets, haven't told you everything yet, here with gifts to help you persevere through toil and labor. They're like working it from the unseen realms. They're like, and then they're going to be, so this community, the bridge was repaired or something. They cleared out some of the other docking stations or whatever, that maybe some other nefarious beings. Yeah, it's been going on. They're taking boom, 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 clean in the foundation. And pretty soon they're going to park, and there's going to be an announcement. The secrets will be revealed. A reunion. And these ones are going to lose their home. They're going to get kicked out. They're going to have to go live on a spaceship or something. If they get that, I don't know. They may have to go through a wormhole or something somewhere. Main female, Arcana, High Priestess, Divine Mother, Sacred Feminine. The Mother. The Mother. They tried to destroy her leader and her leadership, and remove her from her leadership role. They tried to remove the Mother, Arcana, from her leadership role. They tried to remove her from her leadership role. They tried to destroy the High Priestess, the Sacred Feminine, the Portal Keeper. Room in the reverse. They can't play with your mind. They can't play with her mind anymore, this player. Or maybe they're having a negative experience within the mind. A High Priestess is no chicken. She's very courageous. This thief could not steal her fate. They're remembering everything that they did. Yeah, look at her. She's being reunited. She's being reunited. The Mother, the Sacred Mother, the Divine Mother is being reunited with her leadership position and her leadership role. There's going to be some restructuring and there's going to be some stuff happening. There's a soldier here, hates the Mother, needing consolation because they're in prison. These ones want forgiveness. They were abusive, trying to win at all costs. They wanted your house and your money. But that belongs to the lovers. They were chasing after it. They were chasing after the lovers, house, and money. And now there's this mature woman, explorer, is having misfortune because you earned merit and you're getting your house and you're getting your money. This explorer doesn't get it. They're losing their house. They want your forgiveness. You're not tempted. You're like, you don't want anything to do with them. Why connect? Why? Just release it. Let it go. There's no reason for it. You know, I mean, it's up to us. You know, once we know something, it's up to us whether we continue to invite it into our world, right? I mean, oftentimes people will force themselves upon us, and that's what we've been experiencing and dealing with in the previous cycle. And it's still going on, very much so. There's this huge stamping on top of, like, yeah, dominator kind of stuff, right? And this Arcana, the feminine, is like a distraction. I wonder if it's a distraction from this. They're in sorrow. They're losing their freedom. They can't relax. They're being held back. Whatever they did in a family room failed. Prison came out again. Prison. Leadership is holding them back. Leadership is holding... Oh, and this thief, this enemy thief, this liar enemy thief is sick. Under judgment, in prison, prideful, no courtship. The hermit's shining a light. Self-care, that gift you give yourself changed everything. The self-care that this Arcana High Priestess gave herself while these ones were attempting to steal her identity and her leadership position and her money and her vitality, her life force essence, all of that. While they were doing that to her, she was pouring into herself. She was self-caring, self-loving, self-supporting, she became her foundation. She became a very, very strong pillar of foundation. And she could rely on it. That's the mother. She's not afraid to stand alone against insurmountable odds. She's not afraid to suffer. She'd rather not. At least that's my perception. So these ones are going on a journey, and the merchant is in the reverse. So they're bound to their commitments. They can't meet their agreements. See, they're bound to their commitments by these rituals. They're not able to meet the agreement that they made with this merchant. So that means they have to go on a journey. It's like, I don't know, this is giving me those vibes where, you borrowed the money, man, and you had until a specific date to give it back, and now you can't, and you knew this was going to happen, and then boom, shakalaka, got to go to the spirit realm, I don't know. They're feeling overwhelmed, they're in despair. And it's time to celebrate, because there is the reunion. There is a reunion happening. There's big shifts, and there's going to be people who are going to try to cause fear in your mind, but just remember where we've been. And the cards say where we're going, and whatever this is, it's change, and you are alive, and you're having your house and your money and your divine kingdom spouse. Now for me, I'm not really clear about any of this, because it could very well be that there are those that are in the ionosphere, but it could also be that there are those who came through like the sun portal, and maybe they gathered there. The sun portal is a big portal. There's, as far as I am inclined to say, there's been a lot of fighting going on, and so they've all been coming through, and they've gathered in the ionosphere. So it could very well be that maybe there isn't anybody that's been so much segregated there as that has been, where that's as far as they could have been able to get, because the bridge or the landing pad or whatever has been destroyed, and they needed somebody to repair it. So I do believe that like these earth angels and the Arcana, like the Divine Mother, I really do believe that she's the nurturer. She's the one. She's the one that's got the goodies, to come in and actually. She's got the tool basket, right? The Arcana have the tool basket. Do what you need to do with the genders. But these Arcana leaders, they have the tool basket, so they had to come here, plant themselves as seeds, raise up, remember or not, and then come into, learn how to self-care, pour into themselves so that they could become this great fortune, survive this martyr attempt, this attempt to overtake their identity and their leadership position and wear their vitality, or walk into their house and assume the role or whatever, but it failed. And so it's like, wow. And so because it failed, and it's like, now these people who did not perish, who walked and suffered in many spaces and places of the unseen, talk about super spy. Because these ones really like to hurt the innocent, right? The ones who can't defend themselves, the ones who don't know anything. And you came in and you birthed into that circumstance, and you took it like a champ. You took those hits, you took it, you processed it, you poured into yourself, you self-care, you worked through your traumas, you worked through your triggers, and you became this. And you survived the contract or whatever it was, and now you're here presenting the truth of however many cycles you've been going through this. Some of us are old. You literally You literally, because you learned how to self-care and pour into yourself and keep your love cup full and to keep your love alive while you survived. They could not take your gift. You are the gift. Sigh is in the reverse. So there's happiness. You persevered with your alliances, your unseen alliances. And they were not able to strip you of your gift. They were not able to strip you of your light. Boy, they tried. They tried. They put you deep in the hole. They tried. But you just came up. They tried to convert you. And you transmuted it and became more. You expanded in both directions, you know, because in the pain and suffering, in the darkness, you had to expand to encompass it, right? And then transmute it, right? So you had, in your light, you had to pour into yourself with self-care. You had to grow your light. You had to encompass the pain. You had to encompass the darkness that wanted to swallow you up. And you had to just kind of work at it. Transmuting it as it became you. And now you're expanded in the bright and you're expanded in the shadow. And you're this incredible being that they just could not mess with like they thought they were going to. And on top of it all, you made merit, like a lot of merit. Like everybody can see you're a good and moral person. I mean, yeah, you might have that in you, but you are perfectly balanced, and you're not wacky in the head. You know, you're not just out here going postal on people and stuff. You're balanced. And these ones are having a misfortune about that. Oh my gosh. You're not sick. And the servant wasn't, whatever this servant was doing, it failed. They were not able to take out the wife. They couldn't take out the Arcana. They couldn't take out the mother. They couldn't destroy the mother or eliminate or replace the mother. Yes, Mama, you are all that. The Most High God knew it, but these guys didn't know it. Well, they just didn't want to admit it. They knew it. They still know it. They just don't want to admit it because they're pissed off that you're the one with the gift. And there's this desire, this concept of desire. So there's this longing, you know, for you, but there's also this longing to do better than you. You know, I mean, in the workforce, you see a lot of, at least it used to be, and maybe it still is. I don't know. I never really did get into it, paying attention to the wage discrepancies and all of that. It wasn't my fight. But there does seem to be some history of a discrepancy where he just needs to have more. He needs to earn more. He's worth more. So there's that kind of a mindset regarding that. But when you look at this, it's like, it's amazing to me because, and I'm not saying that, you know, if this is a masculine, I'm not saying this isn't possible for the masculine as well, because it is, it most certainly is. But there are those who weren't a real empress that wanted to dress up in the mother's energy, like they were draining her of her energy and dressing up in it, pretending to be her. And that's over now because she didn't perish. And the truth is out. I'm sorry, I keep repeating it because it's excellent. It's excellent. The mother survived. The Arcana High Priestess Mother, Divine Mother. And she's coming into, she's re-entering, she's being remembered in her leadership role. Those who have been, I believe, those who have been coming through the sun portal and perhaps other portals, and they have been waiting in a holding pattern in the ionosphere for the bridge or the opportunity to come in and take advantage of the landing pad or the cloaked landing sites, so that then they could come and get settled and incorporate into the, yeah, stuff's about ready to happen. Those who tried to rob you of your life, those who see, and this goes deep too, because there's this threat of AI, of being incorporated, being chipped, and having your field of consciousness become integrated with AI. You become like a cyborg or whatever. And it's like in my perception, it's like that timeline has been completely obliterated. I mean, maybe it exists somewhere, but not for us. Because we're getting this reunion and we're getting new family trees with those who don't want to destroy us, but rather who wish to birth greatness into the world. For real, for real. High value, well expanded, well balanced and harmonized, right? Clear-minded. You're not out here, you know, you're honest. I'm sorry, I gotta keep telling you, you're honest. I don't care what anybody says. See you on the next one, everybody.